Good morning, it's Tuesday. I hope you're having a wonderful morning. I have to show you my mug that is in this picture. This is my do what you like and like what you do mug, and I love it. It reminds me to just love the life that I've been given. And we're going to talk about that a little bit today because we're going to talk about 3 important things that I've learned as a 33-year-old. So good morning. If you are new today, I would love to give you a shout out in the comments, so be sure to leave a comment with your name and say I'm new, and then let me know what your name is. Good morning, Lucy. Good morning, Christina. Good morning, Faith. Yay, you caught me live. Good morning, Holly. I'm glad that you're not blocked anymore, like I accidentally blocked you. Good morning, Emily. Good morning, Tiffany. Good morning, Rachel. Good morning, Missy. Good morning, Dorothy. Good morning, Book Ramble. Not sure what your name is. Good morning, Pittsburgh. Yes, I know, Holly, you poor thing. You were so sweet to believe the best when I accidentally blocked you instead of someone else. Good morning, Jamie and Jennifer and Gwen and Jackie. Hi, Leah from England and Janae in Missouri. Welcome, you guys. I'm so glad to have you. If you are new, my name is Crystal Payne. I have been married to my husband, Jesse, for 12.5 years. We have 3 kids. Catherine is 10, Caitlin is 8, and Silas is 6. We live in the Nashville, Tennessee area, and we homeschool. We are self-employed entrepreneurs, and so we homeschool our kids. My husband homeschools in the afternoon, and I homeschool in the morning. I get to do the fun stuff, I always say. I get to do the read-alouds and the history and the geography and the Bible, all the fun stuff, and he does math, language arts, and science. So thank you guys for sharing and inviting your followers. I really appreciate that. So sweet of you. Okay, so next week I turn 34, which I cannot believe that I'm turning 34. I feel like I'm still 17 or 25. How on earth can I be 34? But it is what it is, and I'm grateful for the 33 years of my life that I have had. But I'm turning 34, and I've been reflecting a lot on what this last year has been for me. Thank you that I look 25. Okay, so I'm 33, almost 34. And oh, you just turned 34 last week. Happy birthday. So I've been reflecting a lot on this whole, having a birthday and what does this last year look like? What have I learned? And I feel like this last year has been a big year of growth for me. Just the fact that I am doing these periscopes every morning, that is a big deal for me. And that shows the growth that I have had in my personal life, and what's gone on in my heart, that I have the confidence to get up and do this, because I was always a very shy, very introverted, people-pleasing sort of person, and the thought of going on live video a few years ago would have made me want to throw up. And so the fact that I'm enjoying this and loving this and feel confident in doing this, that shows some of the healing and the work that's gone in my heart. So what are these 3 lessons that I have learned, 3 important things that I have learned as a 33-year-old? And some of these, these are not just in this last year, but it's been in the last few years, but I feel like they've really come to a head and cemented this past year. So, number 1, it's okay if it's not perfect. Now, this feels like, okay, obviously, we all know that it's okay if it's not perfect, and you've heard that said and said again, but I really feel like this past year, I've become good. I've become more than good with it not being perfect. I'm good with it not being perfect. I spent so much of my life chasing after perfect, after doing it just right, after being all organized and all put together and wanting people to like me because I had all my ducks in a row. And starting to realize the last few years, life is messy. And it's okay to show people that messy. It's okay to not have it all together. It's okay to know that there are areas in my life where I am not good at. I'm not gifted at in certain areas, and I have weak areas, and that's okay. It's okay to be honest about those areas and say, that's not something that I'm gifted in, and that's okay. But I have these other gifts that I'm gifted in, and I'm good with that. So it's okay if it's not perfect. You don't have to do everything perfectly, because no one can. There are no women who are superwomen. So being okay with that. And this really, I've discovered that I was okay with this even more, or it was just kind of signifying to me. I told you that I went to the DMV last week and I had to get a new driver's license because my license was expiring. And I went to sign my name, and you know they have that little thing that you have to sign your name. It's that pad with that really clunky sort of pen thing, and it's super hard to sign. And I just signed it and pressed enter. Well, I have to tell you that the last time that I got my license, which I think was 10 years ago, was somewhere around 8 or 10 years ago. I'm not sure because we moved and I had to get some things changed. But anyway, when I signed my name the last time on my Kansas license, I had painstakingly agonized over getting my signature just perfect, because I always wanted to have perfect signature. And so I worked so hard to get it perfect on there and would not press the enter until I was 100% happy with it. And so yes, I had this beautiful signature on my driver's license, but I had worked so hard to get it. And this time, I just realized it's okay. Those things are hard to write on. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to stress over having it perfect. And so honestly, for me, every time I see that somewhat sloppy signature on my driver's license, it's going to be a reminder to me that, number one, it's okay if it's not perfect. Number 2, the best friends are those who cheerlead and challenge you. We talked about this yesterday in yesterday's scope. If you missed yesterday's scope, I encourage you to go to catch.me/MoneySavingMom. That's katch.me/MoneySavingMom, and check out yesterday's scope, where I talk about a lesson that I learned from a friend who really challenged me. She challenged me with not saying, like I had said on my makeup tutorial scope, I had said that my face without makeup on is scary. And she really challenged me about the messaging that we are giving to ourselves. And she spoke words of truth to me. And this past year, I have really come to love and to appreciate life-giving friendships where it's a two-way street, where people not only cheerlead me, but they also challenge me. You need to have both in a relationship, because you want people to be on your team, to be for you, to want the best for you, to be cheerleading you. But it can't stop there. They also need to be challenging you. You want them to challenge you to be the best version of yourself that you can be. So number 2, I learned that the best friends are those who cheerlead and challenge you, and that I want to surround myself with those people, because that's how I'm going to grow as a person. And number 3, you aren't going to please everyone. You just aren't. You aren't going to please everyone. But you know what? You can exhaust yourself trying. And I did for a very long time. I exhausted myself trying to please everyone. I'd say yes to this and yes to that and yes to this and yes to that, until I had completely stretched myself so thin that it took me a few years to get back to a healthy place. You cannot say yes to everything. You are not Superwoman. It's okay to say no. You aren't going to please everyone. Just 2 weeks ago, within the space of a week, I got 3 long emails from longtime readers, and I blogged about one of these, but long emails from longtime readers saying, I used to love your blog and I don't anymore. To get 3 of those in 1 week was quite a lot. I do get negative comments almost every single day. I get negative emails very regularly, but 3 long emails in 1 week, that's not usual. And so I took those emails and I had my husband read them with me, because I said, is there truth here that I need to hear? Is there something, have I missed the mark? Am I off base? Do I need to change something as a blogger? And he read through them and he said, you know what? In each of these situations, these are people who they're really struggling financially. And they're in a very different place than you. They were where you were when you started blogging. And so when you started blogging and things were so tight financially, what you had to share was really ministering to them because you were walking in their shoes. But things have changed and we're in a different place financially right now. And they're still really struggling. So when they read your blog, it's hurtful to them. It reminds them maybe of what they don't have. And it's not meeting their needs like it once did because you're in a different place. And that's okay. I can send them to places where they will have their needs met, where people are in that hard place. And it's not like I want to, just walk away from that. And it's not like I don't ever talk about being in that hard place. But at the same time, I get that because we're no longer in that really tight financial place, and because my blog is about teaching people to be intentional with all areas of their life, that I've shifted in that direction. I want people to be intentional with their finances, but also with their family, with their home, with their life, with their business, in all areas of life. And maybe these particular people, they just need that really, really, really specific, here's how you cut your grocery bill by $2 this week. And that's okay. I can't be all things to all people. And so when my husband encouraged me, he said, it's okay. It's okay for you to disappoint these people. That's okay. And so for him to speak that into me and for me to be okay with that, my heart hurts for these people. But at the same time, I don't have to feel like I need to change everything that I'm doing in order to meet their needs, because I'm not called to please everyone. I'm called to share what I'm passionate about. I'm called to share the messages that God places on my heart. But that doesn't mean that it's going to be for everyone. It's not going to be for everyone. And I have gotten really confident in who I am and who I'm not this year. What my message is, who it's for, and who it's not for. And defining my market and saying, you know what, I'm going to disappoint some people because what I have to share is not for everyone. And being good with that has given me so much confidence and peace so that I don't have to be chasing after trying to please everyone, because you cannot please everyone, but you can exhaust yourself trying. So who am I okay with disappointing? I've had to ask myself that. I'm not okay with disappointing my God, my husband, and my kids. Those are my priorities. And so if in disappointing others, I don't disappoint those priorities, that's what matters most. Now, I want to help and serve people as best as I can. I want to be gracious. I want to listen. I want to try to understand what you're struggling with and encourage you and reach out to you. But at the same time, I am not going to please everyone, and that's okay. So the 3 lessons or 3 things that I learned as a 33-year-old. 1, it's okay if it's not perfect. Stop chasing after perfect and be okay with good enough. Number 2, the best friends are those who cheerlead and challenge you. The people who want you to be the best version of yourself that you can be. And number 3, you're not going to please everyone, and that's okay. So those are the 3 examples that I wanted to share with you today. If you go to MoneySavingMom.com, I actually wrote a post on this that I'd love for you to read. And also, if you're a longtime reader, what I would love for you to do on that post or to send me an email is to de-lurk. This is a gift that you could give me for my birthday. If you're a quiet reader who you don't comment very often, which that is totally okay, I would love it if you would take just a few minutes to de-lurk this week for my birthday, and tell me about yourself. Tell me who you are. Tell me about your family. If you have a family, tell me where you live. Anything you want to tell me, I'd love to know, because I love to get to know my readers. So that's something that you could do that would be a very special birthday gift to me. So go to MoneySavingMom.com and you can read the post there that this scope was based upon, and leave a comment there and tell me about yourself, because I would love to get to know you. And that's just for me. Meeting my readers and getting to know my readers is one of my very favorite things about blogging. So we're also going to be talking about Nourish today, and I have a little confession to make, and that is that I didn't finish reading all of section 2 yesterday. But we're only supposed to read section 2 today, so I guess that's okay. But I was trying to be ahead this time. But I did read some of it last night, and I loved this quote. And this was by Albert Hadley. I don't know who he is, but Albert Hadley. And it says, decorating is not about making stage sets. It's not about making pretty pictures for the magazines. It's really about creating a quality of life, a beauty that nourishes the soul. And this section is about clutter. Does this clutter make my brain look fried? And so I'm excited to dive into it since we just talked about the life-changing magic of tidying up a few weeks ago. But I really thought about this. It's not about making pretty pictures for the magazines. It's really about creating a quality of life, a beauty that nourishes the soul. What nourishes my soul? That's what I've really been thinking about. And when I read that last night, I thought, yeah, what nourishes my soul? I don't need my house to look like I think it's supposed to look. I think so much of the time we spend our life doing things like we think we're supposed to do. But what nourishes my soul? And how can I surround our home and our family with things that nourish our souls? What does that look like? It's not going to be magazine picture perfect. It's not probably going to be Pinterest worthy, but what does that look like? And how can I nourish our souls through our surroundings? So that is from Nourished by Becky Johnson and Rachel Randolph. And so we'll read section 2 today, and that is chapters, I believe it's 4, 5, and 6. Chapters 4, 5, and 6, and then tonight or later this afternoon on MoneySavingMom.com, I will have a post-up with what I learned from this section. So I might do some decluttering today too, because I still have a couple of closets and my room that I want to go through. So maybe I'll get that done and put that in the post since we're talking about clutter today. So anyway, I'd love for you to join me, and thank you so much for showing up today. I love getting to watch the replay and read through all of your comments. I'm loving how I feel like I'm getting to know you all through you leaving comments and through your tweeting at me, and I just appreciate you all so much, and I'm so grateful for you. So I will look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow around 7:30 a.m. Central Time, and I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you.